All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are tracking severe weather now in central Georgia as a line of storms is pushing in. Taylor County has now been put into a severe thunderstorm warning. So we are going to be tracking this here as we move our way now through the morning hours across central Georgia. Butler County, or Butler, the city is, and then points south and west now included within this severe thunderstorm warning. So let's drill down in here, and you're going to see that this covers a much larger area. Chattahoochee, Marion, Sly, Sumter counties, and Stewart County included within this until about 9:45, and this is going to continue to be moving in to central Georgia. So we are tracking, obviously, the much larger line moving into the area. Also worth pointing out in conversation with the National Weather Service just a moment ago that they are saying that the severe weather potential is increasing from Ellaville to Perry. So, you know, let's draw a line real quick so that you can follow along with what I'm saying. So from Ellaville to Perry, kind of like this, and point south right in here over the course of the next little bit for two reasons. One, that main line is going to be interacting with a relatively warm air mass and sufficient low-level wind energy, which is a very fancy way of saying storms will be able to fire up very quickly and gain strength quickly, and also potentially do some of the spinny stuff. That's the type of ingredients we need for that. Speaking of which, I want to draw your attention. This is going to be down in Lee County, so just south of Sumter County, but then also into very, very close to Crisp County in the Leesburg area. I've been watching some interaction and some lightning with what's going on. Let me see if I can draw this little thing right about there. So in the Leesburg area, watching this area of the storm as it moves towards the northeast, and that has been trying to spin. And believe it or not, this is a cell that is, or was a cell, it's now kind of embedded in this line now, that came ashore in Panama City Beach at about 6:30 this morning, and it's still trying to spin. And actually, now that I'm saying that, I'm seeing down to the south, we've got a new tornado warning that is coming across the Georgia state line as well. So obviously, a lot of what's going on right now is going on to our south. You see multiple tornado warnings now. This is going to be down in southeastern Alabama, now into the Florida Panhandle as well on the east side of, let's see, that is going to be Panama City. Getting some new information in here from the National Weather Service, and Alex Pry here with me. This is kind of interesting. It's actually for the storm I was just talking about. They are now picking up on some hail, it looks like, in the Leesburg area. So let's see if we can see that. This is going to be, again, moving towards Crisp County. Yeah, there it is right there. So you see that there on the west side of Leesburg. A very small hail, not large at all. We put a query on that. That's going to come up at about 0.2 of an inch. But nonetheless, you know, hail, not much of another way to put it. But this is the storm that I'm watching for potentially any rotation that tries to fire up there. That scan's not making a whole lot of sense, as it is, you know, this area kind of far away from the radar there in Jeffersonville. But the reason why we are on the stream right now is because Taylor County is in the severe thunderstorm warning, and that is, you know, a central Georgia county, and what we're going to be continuing to watch for the next little bit, and as this line continues to move in. So just a reminder as to what we're dealing with today. A level 3 severe weather day here in central Georgia, and we are going to be monitoring the threat for damaging winds by the way of severe thunderstorm warnings, but then also the threat for spin-up tornadoes as well. And that's going to be primarily confined down to the south. I'm thinking that tornado threat is, but the damaging wind threat going to be all across central Georgia as we work our way into the later morning hours now and on into the afternoon. So keeping an eye on things. You know, we've got this one warning. I expect we got many warnings to go today.
Special weather statement?
Yes. Yes. So yeah, Alex Pry talking about the special weather statement that just came out for this storm here that's going to be headed towards Lake Blackshear in the next little bit. So we've been talking about Leesburg, and you know that it's just outside of our area, but you know Leesburg not too far away from Lake Blackshear, which is just on the edge of our area, and going to be continuing to watch as that moves towards the northeast. Let's see. Getting in some more information from the National Weather Service, basically just validating, you know, while it seems like, you know, this isn't too big of a severe weather event yet, that our conditions for severe weather continue to be more favorable for it here over the next little bit. And that is what we're going to be looking at, mainly south of Macon, it looks like. Over the course of the morning hours. So worth noting, you know, just that earlier this morning, along with this main line up towards Atlanta, we did mix in a tornado warning that included the Atlanta airport. So as this main line slides through, which it is now beginning to do, we are going to be watching for that here across central Georgia and as we work our way into the morning hours. The later morning hours here, now that we are at 9:15 in central Georgia. This is really the beginning of the event for us. We got several hours to go now until 1 o'clock this afternoon in our neck of the woods. Let me turn off some of this lightning here just so that you can get a better sample of what's going on. See if we can throw a loop on as well. And you can really see how that one storm down now really entering Sumter County with that kink in it, headed towards Dooley County, has kind of picked up some color over the last little bit. And there's a little notch in there that we're keeping an eye on. That would be, let's see if...
Between Smithville and Leesburg.
Yeah. Let's see if we can... Yeah. Nothing jumping out at me necessarily at the moment, but the shape of the storm I don't love. And it does look a little different from the Jeffersonville radar compared to the Dothan radar. So that's going to be headed into Crisp County, as we've been saying here in the next little bit. Down in Houston County, Alabama, I know it's confusing with our Houston and Houston, they are tracking a tornado on the ground. There you go. See that it says confirmed right there. It looks like they've got a signature. So I want to show you this, not to kind of get into the weeds here, but to show you what to look for in central Georgia today. This is our debris tracker. And what you see is obviously a lot of like magentas and maroons in here. The way we're able to confirm a tornado is if you get these yellows and greens in what looks like a circle. If you're able to get those, that's how you're able to confirm a tornado on radar. So again, I'm showing you this so that you know what to look for later on today if we end up in an instance where we are tracking something to that effect here in central Georgia. And then, obviously into the morning hours, watching that closely. So this severe thunderstorm warning continuing for Taylor County, the southern extent of Taylor County, and it is going to be for this line. Let's see if we can grab that. And let's actually see if we can get the motion on this, and maybe we can draw a track. It's moving. Wow. Okay, I missed this part in the warning. It is moving northeast at 80 miles an hour. So there you go. 80 miles an hour. I don't think I've ever drawn a storm track that fast, but this is the severe warning. And this is going to be going for the next 30 minutes or so. Butler about 9:32, Roberta about 9:42, Fort Valley 9:54, Macon at 10:02, and Dry Branch at 10:10. Warner Robins there at 10:07. So this thing is booking it, and it's capable of producing winds up to about 60 miles an hour as it moves through. So buckle up, because here we come. I'll tell you what. Alex, you think you could pop up the Perry Skycam and see if we can turn that down to the south and to the west? Because I think things are about to get a little interesting there as well with the heavy rainfall.
Winds are definitely whipping on it.
Oh, Monroe County, yeah. Let's see if we can go check that out there.
Yeah, I was gonna note that the heavy rainfall is kind of starting to enter to the west of Monroe.
Yeah, so Alex is looking up here in Forsyth. I see some of that wind. Now, since we are at least a ways away from the radar here, some of this wind is going to be overestimated, but 80-mile-an-hour winds a couple hundred feet above the ground. So all it's going to take is some heavy rain, and it's going to push that wind down to the ground, and that's how you can get some of these stronger winds to form. Let's see. All right, I'm going to pop up the Skycam here since Alex has it pulled up. And let's see what's going on down there in Perry. And there you have it. Some heavy rainfall, no doubt about it. We are looking southwest here. So we are looking in the general direction of Sumter County, which is where we were watching for maybe some of that rotation there
Fountain down there.
in Dooley County. Oh, yeah. Wow, look at the fountain. Can you drive that? Can you zoom in on that fountain on the camera? That will show you how strong the wind is. Wow. So that's going to be down at the bottom of your screen. Alex is zooming in on it now. Look at that. Wow. So Macon, we've been watching the Macon observations all morning. The storms aren't even here yet. We've gusted to 43 in Macon. That's been our strongest gust so far. So a windy morning, even away from the storms, from the heaviest there. And really, I mean, just look at the grass up there too. Goes to show you how much rain they've seen there in Houston County so far this morning. Houston County, by the way, one of the few districts that are in school. There's some lightning. One of the few Central Georgia districts that are in school today. Many are out because they're citing the buses cannot basically travel in 40+ mile an hour winds. They do not have the grade for that. So that's why a lot of people are out, and that's going to be that. So let's see if we can get a check-in here on some of the winds. Alex, I'm noticing a little kink in the line.
I don't see anything in the chat so far.
Let's see, that's going to be in Marion County. There. Huh. And what I'm looking at is let's see if I can draw this well. Basically this little oops, I didn't want that to close the line. Let me stop this. Basically this right here. That's caught my attention. And today it's going to be whack-a-mole. Like we see something like that, catches our attention. We look at the winds a little closer, see if the winds kind of line up with what we're seeing. And if something does happen, it would be very quick, and it would be over very quick as this line comes through.
Yeah, so that area we're looking at, getting very close to the Dooley Chris, kind of the west border of those counties.
Right. So that would be tracking north of Lake Blackshear over the next little while.
Couple, at least 100 feet up at 113 mile an hour.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Alex, hit max 1 on that button and see if you can show. Yeah. Looks like they've just updated this severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah. So what Alex is looking at, he's driving the radar right here, is that right there. That's going to be on the Lee-Sumter County line.
So just south of Leslie and west of Blackshear.
Just really quick, in Taylor County, they are continuing the severe thunderstorm warning. They've dropped the speed down to 70 from 80. So let's draw this at 70. Just like that. So there's 70 there. And the expected arrival times. So that's the only severe thunderstorm warning we have right now. That is, only storm that is technically quote unquote severe at the moment. I expect we'll see more of that today.
Visibility is definitely getting low up here in Macon.
Oh yeah, punch that up.
It should be punched. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Alex is saying that the visibility is getting low in Macon. And that is indeed what we were seeing there.
Got winds. Still nothing above 43, but the airport is a little bit southeast of us, so.
Yeah, he's saying nothing above 43 there.
Special weather statement for Newton, Morgan, Butts, Jasper, Putnam, Lamar, Monroe, Jones.
Okay, so a big special weather statement.
Yeah.
Well, what is the specs on that? What are they saying? 50-mile-an-hour winds?
40 and no hail right now.
40 and no hail. Okay.
Moving east at 50. So that's this northern leading edge right here. I have it pulled up.
Yeah. So it's a new special weather statement for what Alex is showing there on your screen.
And a flash flood warning just to the north.
Yes, flash flood. I tell you what, let's go back down to that Sumter County storm.
Okay.
Check out the winds on that again. So, actually, I'll tell you what, let's pop us up here and kind of show what we're watching. So, basically, whenever we're looking for a rotation or something like that, we're looking for something trying to wrap around one another. And the color table is a little off here, but what you should know is that these deep blue colors and the green colors are going to be two different directions. It's just kind of the radar having a hard time understanding that at the moment. And what we're seeing is, it's trying to wrap like that.
Yeah.
And this is, right, yeah, a kink in the line right there. And this is the same cell that came ashore in Panama City Beach earlier this morning, and that is continuing to cause problems. It's technically not severe at the moment. It's outside of a severe thunderstorm warning, but it is there nonetheless, and it's trying. It's certainly trying. One thing that the National Weather Service was noting is that if we flip this over to the radar real quick, you're going to notice that the lightning picked up right in that spot, and that's going to be just to the west of Lake Blackshear. As that continues to try to lift toward the north.
So really a trek kind of now, what we're seeing more so into Dooley County rather than Crisp.
Right. Yeah, these storms definitely have a strong northerly component to them. No doubt about it.
Still haven't seen anything in the chat though.
No doubt about it at all. So we got this one severe thunderstorm warning for Taylor County that goes for the next 15 minutes and some change. Likely going to see that be extended. And if it is extended, like I expect it to be, that would include Macon County, Crawford County, potentially Peach County, Fort Valley, and honestly, probably clipping Houston County with the speed that it's moving at. The latest update from the National Weather Service said that this storm was moving at northeast at 70 miles an hour. It was at 80, so luckily it's not that fast. It still would get a speeding ticket, but at least not a super speeder. And that's going to be rolling into central Georgia, or well, really I should say closer to the I-75 corridor in the next hour or so. And all of this going according to plan. We were saying crossing Interstate 75 about the 10 o'clock hour, and that's exactly how things are lining up. Luckily, we haven't seen anything on the tornado threat. And hopefully as we work our way through the morning hours, that won't be the case, but we're also not going to be naive to the fact that the conditions are ripe for it. So that's just the balancing act that we have to do. You know, we're never hoping for bad weather, but we're not going to, you know, let our instincts go to waste and not warn you about it if it's coming. So that's what we're doing this morning. Rain definitely picking up in Crawford County and in Peach County, Macon County here over the past few minutes, and also down into Dooley County. Yeah, and you see some of those strong winds there as well. Still don't love the look of that. There in Sumter County. Let me go check in over here and see what's going on with.
Good amount of yellow over here in correlation coefficient, but it's
Yeah.
a little bit of a dead area too.
Let's see. So that's Americus. I'm just trying to compare this
You want me to take it to your max?
to the, yeah, sure. I basically what I'm doing is looking at what's going on down in Sumter County and trying to compare this to the radar, see how the winds compare. It's trying, that's for sure. I don't think it's having a ton of success though.
Looks like that tornado warning that was in Houston County, Alabama, is across the state line now.
Ah, yes. So Alex is talking about down here. We've got another, and that's a confirmed tornado in Early County, Georgia now.
And then another warning that looks like it just popped up to
Yep.
the south in Jackson County, Florida.
Yeah, so then Jackson County, Florida also getting in on that. So it looks like a lot of the tornadic activity, as you can see here, is going on to our south, which is, I mean, welcome news for us, but not for them. You know, literally right now from the Gulf of Mexico, south of Panama City, all the way up to the Georgia state line is in a tornado warning right there. And that's not the first time that has happened this morning. I believe it was about an hour or two ago, we saw the same over here from Fort Walton Beach up to the Alabama state line. So definitely a more tornadic thing for them down there.
Also, the line of heavy rain and winds really getting into Jasper County now.
Right. And I have a feeling that we're going to see this warning extended into Seminole County in just a moment down there in South Georgia. But that's not us. That's going to be, 100 miles south of here. What we're watching is, so the reason we're on is for Taylor County. And that severe thunderstorm warning continues until 9:45. So for the next 14 minutes here, as that leg of the storm continues moving, it's about 70 miles an hour.
Gusts at the airport are flirting with 40 now.
Yeah, Alex saying that the gusts at the airport are flirting with 40 miles an hour, which makes sense. And that's not the leading edge yet.
Yeah.
That is not the leading edge. So meaning it's probably going to get stronger there. And there's that new warning for Seminole County. Down to the south. All right, let's see what else we can track here. So if all this is moving at about 60 to 70, let's put a big track on it.
I think they'll update it. I mean, it's only 13 minutes left in the morning, so
Yeah, we'll see if they extend it.
still looks like the rain's getting heavier though.
All right.
Radar.
So there's some arrival times for you. Americus 9:44, Montezuma 9:50, Eatonton 9:57, Macon 10:02, Warner Robins 10:11, Milledgeville 10:18, Cochran 10:30. And that's going to be for the heaviest part of the line there as it moves into central Georgia. Still, my curiosity is down here. A lot of winds going in different directions in Sumter County.
Definitely still see a little bit of a kink too, so. Good news is not really seeing any kind of kink up north.
Right. It's a straight line wind threat up north. Tell you what, I'm gonna have to mute this Tallahassee chat. I got a lot going on down there. So, this severe thunderstorm warning continues for Taylor County. If you are watching from Macon, Warner Robins, Fort Valley, obviously the weather you have now is not great, but it's about to be even more not great in the next 30 minutes or so. Heavier rain, stronger winds, definitely some more lightning, probably the thunder a little closer together, and that's going to blow through about 10:30, and then after that you're done with the severe weather threat and those spots. That's going to shift then toward the Dublin area and so forth, and can be a problem out there. So worth noting, and Alex, this affects us. The Storm Prediction Center has just put out a statement saying that some weak surface instability north of the tornado watch has formed, and moisture will continue to destabilize this region, which will lead to an increasing damaging wind threat. In addition, a few tornadic circulations, particularly of dew points, can bring some more instability to the region. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing with this warning in Taylor County pulsing up. But then my mind goes to what happens to the storms that are moving into Houston County at the moment. I think those could end up being a little stronger than initially thought as well.
The area we were looking at, that was down in Leesburg, really getting into the southwestern edge of Dooley now.
Yeah.
So south of Byronville, west of Vienna, Drayton.
Right.
So it's in kind of direct path right there.
So Alex is talking about the same part of the storm we've been looking at moving in now to Dooley County, and that of course is part of the 13 WMAZ viewing area, and one of the spots that we cover. Just kind of flipping through all the modes here, trying to keep an eye on it all. Doesn't look like there's quite as much lightning. Watching the loop on it, it looks like the amount of lightning has gone down.
Definitely compared to the Panhandle.
Right. Yeah. The Panhandle's on a different level down here. Multiple tornado warnings down there. So here's the deal. We are coming up on 9:38 in just a moment, which means we've got about 13 minutes and some change left on this severe thunderstorm warning for Taylor County. Or excuse me, not 13 minutes. That would be 8 minutes, 7 minutes. So if they don't extend it through Taylor County, that is going to be our cue to take a breather from the stream. We would get off because there would be no part of central Georgia currently experiencing severe weather. But Alex Pry and I would continue to be tracking this through the morning, and of course, if anything changes, we will hop back on if it comes down to that. Let's see. I thought I muted Tallahassee. Let's see. Peachtree City. That's that severe weather outlook. Oh, this is a new one. Oh, that is a flood warning. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of flooding going on up to our north as well in the Metro Atlanta area. In fact, we got a report of a swiftwater rescue on I-285. Not every day you see that. That coming from GDOT. So certainly an interesting afternoon here, or morning in central Georgia. Not the afternoon yet, trying to jump the gun. Let's see. What else we got going on? If you're in Dooley County, your weather's going downhill relatively quick. Whoa. All right. Velocity decided to have some fun there. Let's see if we can get this scan to fix it. Is it? No, it's not going to fix it. Okay. Well, let's hop over to this one. So it looks like we're getting some erroneous readings from the radar here, which is not great because we want some accurate readings as this rolls into Dooley County. And there we go with a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. All right. So we're staying on for a while. This is going to be Taylor, Crawford, Peach, Houston, Macon, Dooley, and Sumter counties, and this is going to go until 10:30.
And moving east at 55,
East at 55 is the
60-mile-an-hour winds.
60-mile-an-hour winds.
Want some good news? No hail.
No hail. We like that. Okay, so what I've drawn here is a track that shows you the back edge of the line. But, so here, let me read off these times real quick and I'll show you something else. Butler, 9:39. Montezuma, 9:56. Fort Valley, 10:02. Unadilla, 10:15. Warner Robins, 10:17. Cochrane, 10:38. So that is for that back edge of the line. But what you see in Sumter County, over towards Dooley and Macon, strong winds are still going to be possible in here. I'll tell you what, Alex, let's see if we can punch up that Perry Skycam.
Yeah.
And because this is going to be rolling into Perry, sooner than those times I told you. That's going to be the times I told you is for this back line. Some of this is happening right now. So this is, let's see if you can punch that up there on the box. There you go. This is Houston County in Perry right now, the National Fairgrounds. And you see the fountain blowing in the wind, obviously. Looking towards Interstate 75, traffic obviously moving a little slower. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. Alex, I also, you can leave the Skycam up, but I just want to point out to you, the tornado warnings down to the south, now just a county away from Albany. So those are continuing, and if those continue on that track, we would be getting into our area in the next hour or so.
They said they're in the process of expanding the tornado watch north and east, will include Macon up to Hancock and Warren counties.
Okay, so the tornado watch is expanding, is up to Bibb and Hancock counties. Okay, so Alex, when that comes out, if you want to grab that and update the web. So if you are in Bibb and Houston County, you are about to be added to a tornado watch. That is not a warning, and we are going to continue to track this. As of right now, we only have a severe thunderstorm warning, but the conditions are continuing to improve, potentially for tornadoes over the next little bit. So we are keeping a close eye on everything. The National Weather Service, though, is going to go ahead and expand the tornado watch. So we're about to get another alert, but when we get the alert, that means we are okay, and we will continue on the stream and not have to go on TV here on 13 WMAZ. So they are working on drawing up that tornado watch expansion. So in the past few minutes, we've got this new severe thunderstorm warning for Crawford, Peach, Houston, Macon, Dooley, and Sumter counties. And then we're about to get a tornado watch expansion in the next few minutes. And that is going to go through Bibb and Hancock counties. Basically, everybody who was in a level 3 today is about to be added to a tornado watch here in central Georgia. So I'll tell you what, we got actually a great shot. Let's see if we can pop this up here. I forgot I can keep the radar up and Harry, maybe. That is obviously not Macon. That is Perry. I just need to adjust the label on that real quick. One moment. I believe that is the tornado watch expansion that we are hearing.
Yes. So that should okay.
So, Alex, if you want to punch that up on your end
Yeah, a lot of counties in it now.
and go over, and in fact, yeah, so this is going to be now Taylor, Crawford, Bibb, Jones, Baldwin, Hancock, Twiggs, Wilkinson, Washington, Houston, Bleckley, Lawrence, Johnson, almost all of central Georgia with the exception of Monroe County, Upson, Jasper, and Putnam have been added to this tornado watch as we work our way here through the morning hours. So if you want to leave that up for a second to give everybody a minute to process that, and let's see if, and maybe we could get that up on the web relatively quick. So this is the new information here. All right, let's, I'll tell you what, Alex, you can come back over to Max 2. And what I've done is I've pulled up the radar here. At least I thought I did. I thought I saved that camera view. Hold on. Let's zoom in the radar a bit more. Let's see. All right. There's a lightning strike there. There we go. So this is live look at Perry and what's going on there on the radar. And I tell you what, let's see if we can add the warnings there, because so, obviously we've got this is a new tornado watch here. I know it says it goes until 2 o'clock, but, we are going to see the counties trimmed back before that 2 o'clock time frame. At 2 o'clock is when it gets out of central Georgia, so, it would be on the western end of that, or excuse me, the eastern end of that by 2. Okay, I'm trying to add the warnings here so you can see what we are seeing.
Move the sky cam a little bit further to the west.
Okay. So Alex is going to move the sky cam there.
That's where the heaviest rain looks to be.
There we go. So we're looking at Interstate 75 now from the Georgia National Fairgrounds. This is a spot that is in the severe thunderstorm warning. I tell you what, Alex, over on your box, see if you can go check out northern Dooley County and what's going on there. A little kink in the line. In Byramville area. So I think that's going to be our problem child today, if we have one, is the storm that's in Dooley County at the moment.
Looks like some heavy rain is entering West Bibb.
Yeah. Let's see if we can hop over to that Macon Skycam. Also worth noting, we're almost to 70 degrees. We're at 65. That is not insignificant. I mean, I think this is warmer than I mean, if we're at 65 now, we could still go a degree or two more before this line gets here. And if that's the case, that explains why they expanded that tornado watch. That would explain it very well. So the reason why we're on the air, obviously we got a severe thunderstorm warning that you see there. That's going to be Taylor, Macon, Crawford, over towards Peach, Houston, and Dooley until 10:30. And likely we're going to see this go all across central Georgia. We're going to be tracking this all the way through Johnson County and Washington County and all along through the noon hour, potentially up to about 1 o'clock. And
Also, some of these tornado warnings a little bit farther north.
Yeah.
Southwest.
that is further north.
Looking, I mean, if it stays together directly towards Chris County.
Right. That could be another reason. Also, look at what's going on over in Sylvester. There's a little, I mean, the way that storm is shaped is not great either. Ooh, that's a strong signature on that north storm. Near Arlington. If you know anybody between in Nicholsville, Georgia, time to give them a call. I got a fairly strong storm rolling into their area. Also dealing with a number of power outages across central Georgia. We're not naive to that one. You know, the wind today has been strong, no doubt about it. And we've already seen downed trees, and because of that, we've seen power outages that started early this morning. We've seen accidents happening across central Georgia. On the interstate, 75 was closed there for a little bit. And that's going to continue here through the afternoon. No doubt about it. And up towards the north, I mentioned this earlier, and honestly, we should probably start watching this for this in central Georgia as well. We're watching the potential for some flooding.
Looks like Upson County should be mostly in the clear.
Yeah, so Alex Pry talking about what we were alluding to earlier in the shows is that once we get this main line through here, then your severe weather threat is over. So this is a good opportunity to mention that the main line is right about here. So Upson County, your severe weather threat is over for the day. And that's going to be the case as this line moves through. So once this line is here, I expect the tornado watch that was just issued back here to be canceled. Alex, it looks like they just extended that tornado warning back down to the south, and that is going to be closer to Americus now.
Okay. Also,
And that is a confirmed
almost
tornado.
4 inches of rain recorded in Barnesville already.
Wow. Okay, so in Barnesville, which is in Lamar County, not far at all from Forsyth, 4 inches of rain, 3.94, according to Tim Cherry there, sharing that with us. Sheila saying her backyard is ankle deep. Wish the city had stopped cleaning out our drainage ditches in 1995. Tree down on Hunt Road, according to Haley. Christy watching from Rhine.
Pretty good amount of visibility in Perry, too, from our sky cam.
Yeah, so conditions at the moment in Perry, not too bad, but there is some heavy rain on Perry's door. And I tell you what, Alex, let's zoom that out and leave it right there, because in fact, actually, let's turn that a little more down to the south. Yeah, just a little south, and see if you can punch that up, too, on the stream here. Where's Ben? Well, Ben works at night. He'll be in a little later this afternoon. Strong winds on the north end of Dooley County, says Abby. Pretty calm in Crawford County right now. The main line is about to come through Crawford County. Allie asking if we can see the path of the confirmed tornado. You can, but it's far away. What I'm talking about down here is down near Early County. So that is the storm there, and it's moving to the... Is that it? Hold on, that is not the right alert. I want this one.
Newest tornado warning is Baker, Calhoun,
Yeah.
and early counties.
That's moving to the northeast at 30, so that would be... There's your path for the confirmed tornado. All of that outside of central Georgia, but the reason why I was pointing it out is because, that is there, but Crisp County is right here, so that is where we cover here at 13 WMAZ. Strong winds and rain in Perry by the fairgrounds, says Alex. What about Hawkinsville? Heavy stuff moving into Hawkinsville in the next 45 minutes. Pretty windy in Wrightsville and warm, yeah. So get this, when I walked outside this morning, it was 51 degrees, and now it's 65. It just continued to warm through the morning hours. Byron getting some heavy rain, strong winds in Milledgeville and in Gray. Just checking out the winds here. Heavy winds in Unadilla. It's about to get real bumpy in Perry.
So special weather statement, Jasper, Putnam, Hancock, Monroe, Jones, and Baldwin.
Yeah, that's going to be for 40-mile-an-hour winds up there.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see if they extend this warning actually a little ahead of time for this storm in Perry.
Okay. Little.
I'm curious to see actually.
Should get pretty windy and making any now.
Yeah.
Stacking and shaking pretty good.
So right on schedule, it's 9:56. We were saying 10 o'clock for Macon, and this is right where we are. The heaviest of the stuff, which does mean in Macon and Warner Robins and Perry in the next 45 minutes, our severe weather threat will be coming to an end for the day. So some welcome news there. I tell you what, Alex, this heaviest stuff is going to hit Perry first.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can pop that one up. Let's go back to, so there's Macon there. There's Perry. Yeah, here we go. So this is the main line. Or no, it's not the main line. This is the first wave of the first part of the main line arriving in Perry. You see the wind blowing on the water there. Obviously, the rain droplets on the camera. The visibility has dropped. The lights have come on there at the interstate. This is at 75 and Perry Parkway. See if we can get the dueling boxes here. There we go. I tell you what, Alex, could you hop in the Tallahassee chat and see what they're saying about that
Yeah.
Baker County storm? Because that is getting towards the edge of that warning, and if they extend that, that's going to come right up to Crisp County. Raining hard on Arkwright Road in Macon.
No updates in a while.
Tell you what, let's go back and check out some of the wind activity we have going on here, because this is the thing today, is that if we were to see something, it's going to happen real fast. Taylor County reporting 2.3 inches of rain so far today. Over 400 customers without power there. Sheila's saying it's hailing in Perry. Let's see if we can see some of that. I see a little bit there, just south of Henderson. That would be right in there. So maybe some small hail there in Houston County. Parts of River North have lost power there in Jones County.
We warm at the airport now, and a new tornado warning. Or they might have just.
Yeah, they just updated that.
Damage I'm seeing from Panama City looks pretty nasty.
So 10 o'clock, 10:01 now. The main line coming through Macon as we speak. It's going to take about 30 to 45 minutes to get through. After that, our severe weather threat will be coming to an end. In those spots, not all across central Georgia, but just in those spots. I tell you what, Alex, you look down towards Sylvester, that storm is continuing to take on more of an arc,
Okay.
and that would be pulling into Crisp County. Yeah, right there. Look, to be completely honest with you, you don't have to be out right now. I would say do not be out. That is just kind of a given at the moment. Rainfall today for Forsyth so far, likely right around 3 inches, or 3 inches. .7 in Montezuma so far, says Wanda. Raining hard in Payne City and Macon.
So rotation is nearing Morgan, so just west of Albany, and that's that warning they just issued.
Right. Heavy rain on Upper River Road on the Macon side. April says it's raining very hard in Forsyth. Yeah, so in Forsyth right now, that is the main line coming through. And that's going to continue for the next 20 minutes or so. And then after that, your severe weather threat will be coming to an end there in Forsyth. And it looks like we just took a power hit here at the station. I think we're still on, or at least a surge or something. Carmen saying it's raining very hard in Juliet. Molly saying it's pouring in Centerville. Mike saying that there's no power in Eastman right now. No power for about 2 hours on Hartley Bridge Road. Lost power in Unadilla. And we hear the heaviest of the rain on the roof now here at 13 WMAZ. Pouring in Jones County, had a couple trees fall. Yeah. So Alex, you want to punch that up on the stream real quick? This is the heaviest coming through Macon now. Not only can we not see Gray Highway, we really can't see the buildings downtown. So there's Angela saying she also just had a power surge in East Macon. So I suspect that's also what we had here at 13 WMAZ.
Special weather statement for Monroe, Jones, Crawford, Bibb, 49-hour winds.
Okay. So a new weather alert. This is going to be a special weather statement for stuff moving to the east at about storms moving to the east at about 40 miles an hour. And that's going to be this line right here. So let's draw this at 40. Gray, 1007. Milledgeville, 1033. McIntyre, 1041. This is going to be for winds up to 40 miles an hour. Sparta, 1054. Oconee, 1102. So you, Alex, if you want to punch up my max box real quick so we can see the track there. There we go. So that's going to be for winds up to 40 miles an hour there.
Tornadoes we were seeing on the Panhandle has definitely moved all into Georgia now.
Right. Okay, so I want to give you, we've been talking a lot about Crisp County, right? Like they're going to be the first one to see something, and I still think that would be the case. So we look down to the south here, and let me turn off the lightning so I can show you this. We've got 1, 2, 3 tornado warnings, all moving toward the northeast. We've got a storm out ahead right here that's trying to take on an arcing shape. And all this moving in our general area right here. So because of that, the National Weather Service has expanded the tornado watch from what it was earlier, from Dooley, Pulaski, and Dodge counties northward to include Taylor, Crawford, Bibb, Jones, Baldwin, Hancock, and Point South. And that is going to continue for as long as it takes this line to move through central Georgia. And that is also roughly the same spot where the level 3 is today for damaging winds primarily, but then also tornadoes and lightning across central Georgia.
Back up at 40-mile-an-hour gusts at the airport, so I imagine they'll be getting.
Right. So Alex is saying that the Macon airport is now gusting to 40.
I mean,
41, 40, 39. Yeah, so right, in fact we did get to 43. And I tell you what, it's coming down here in East Macon. We can hear it on the roof at the station. So we've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doing a quick mic check real quick. I'll tell you what, we will take a pause on the stream and be right back. All right, so if you're watching us here on the stream, we are taking a quick pause because we are going to do, we're going to come on the air on 13 WMAZ real quick to give everybody the lay of the land, what's going on. And you will be able to see that here on the stream as well. And we're going to do that for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll get off and come right back here on the stream. So give us just a moment. We are going to get on the air here at 13 WMAZ and see you in just a sec. Okay. Yep. All right, good morning, everyone. I'm 13 WMAZ meteorologist Alex Forbes. We are tracking severe weather in central Georgia. We've been talking about it for days now. And hello, here is the main line coming through central Georgia. You've got from Eatonton down through Macon now. And actually what you can't see, it's buried in here, is a severe thunderstorm warning from Crawford County down through Houston and Dooley. And it cuts down like that. So let's first start with that, because that is going to be the severe part here. And in fact, what I will do is turn off the radar real quick so that you can see where that warning is. So from Roberta, right there along the Bibb County line down into Houston. So this includes Perry, Warner Robins, Fort Valley, Montezuma, and down into Americus until 10:30. So it runs for the next 20 minutes here. And that is for the storm that is currently in this location right now. You can see from Warner Robins to Perry, very heavy rainfall. And in fact, if we flip over to the Skycam here, I believe we've got the Georgia National Fairgrounds punched up. Actually, this is downtown Macon. You can see the heavy rain coming here in downtown Macon, but meteorologist Alex Price here. Let's see if we can pop up Perry as well. In fact, conditions improving there at the moment. But look at all the water there on the ground and the wind continuing. So that is the live look there in Houston County and what's going on. Now, we also are going to continue to obviously monitor this threat here into the morning hours, but what I want to point out to you is that this main line, which is now here from Putnam County down through Macon and Peach, your severe weather threat is coming to an end in Taylor, over in Crawford County, Monroe County really coming to an end, but it does continue for points off to the east. And in fact, Alex, just down to the south, you saw that pop up right there? There's a new tornado warning. That is going to be right on the Crisp County line now. So that leads me into exactly what I was about to talk about. And that is going to be the fact that the National Weather Service has expanded this tornado watch to include all of central Georgia. And that is going to be for until 2 p.m. today. So from Hancock County, Baldwin, Jones, Bibb, Houston, Pulaski, Wilcox, Dodge, Lawrence, Bleckley, Johnson. And I don't expect this entire watch to last until 2 p.m., right? As this line comes through central Georgia, we're going to trim counties off from west to east. But nonetheless, where it's going to be around, at least in our area, until then. So that brings me to what is going on in the tornadic world, if you will. And I want to start off just outside of our area, but the reason why I'm showing you this is because if this continues on its current trajectory, this would impact Crisp and Wilcox counties here in the next few minutes. So let me see if I can grab this new warning there. So for Lee and Terrell counties, a tornado warning for Leesburg. Flip this over to the velocity real quick, and over here you're going to see potentially some rotation. Watching that one, but I'm also watching there in northern Worth County, a storm that's trying to rotate. And if that were to be able to achieve that, we would again be watching Crisp and Wilcox County. And all of this to say is we are going to be monitoring this threat here for the next little while as the storms are now lined up with Interstate 75. Okay, meteorologist Alex Pry joining me now. Alex, you've got an hour-by-hour look at future view as this moves through central Georgia. What time should people expect this down the road this morning?
Yes, Alex. So I want to preface this by saying right now you can see this leading edge of rain right here on Future View. It is a little behind what we are currently seeing on the radar, so maybe give or take an hour, put it into future. But right now, looking at the timing of it, you can see by the midday hours, so take this, move it a little bit to the right. We're expecting it to get into kind of the central east portion of central Georgia, and then as we get into the 1 p.m. hour, really getting over to the far east of our coverage area. But the good news is after that, around the 2-3 p.m. hour, we will be clearing on out. Some sunny skies may be in the forecast as we get on into the 5 p.m. hour. In terms of the timeline for our severe weather effects, you can see from about 7 a.m. all the way to about the midday hour around 1 p.m. That is the greatest risk of tornadoes, and we are seeing that as they currently enter closer to the southwest. Damaging winds, the greatest risk of that right now until once again about the midday hour, maybe getting into the 1 p.m. hour. Also, the risk of flooding will exist all day across central Georgia with rain accumulation in low-lying areas near any bodies of water as well. So the wind outlook today, we're still seeing this hashed area, the dashed black line area. That is those are the areas that are the greatest risk of severe weather winds, even up to the 75-mile-an-hour mark. But right now, we are still seeing gusts all the way up to about 45, maybe 50 miles an hour across central Georgia. So the tornado outlook, as you can see, this has been changed a little bit right now, but right now we have the two hashed areas. Central Georgia is really sandwiched in between right now, but the greatest risk to our south and southwest, and that is the significant risk of an EF2 or a stronger tornado. But all of central Georgia under some sort of risk for tornadoes. So we'll take it back to you, Alex.
Yeah, that's right. And something that's just is mind-boggling this morning that we don't see a lot of here in central Georgia. So this severe thunderstorm warning that we've got here that's about to cross Interstate 75. I'm going to draw a storm track on it, and I can't believe I'm about to draw it this fast. The National Weather Service says that this storm is now moving to the east at 90 miles an hour. All right. So it's not going to take long to cover some ground. Warner Robins, 1021, Unadilla, 1022, Cochrane, 1036, not that far away. Irwinton, 1037, over towards Dublin at about 1051, and then over towards McRae at about 1102. So continuing to watch that. But here over the course of the next few minutes, we're going to be watching these storms down to the south, as those, I think, have the potential to maybe cause some spinny business here in central Georgia before too long. So we're going to keep an eye on it all here at 13 WMAZ through the course of the morning hours. I have a funny feeling that we're going to be seeing you back here on TV in the next 30 minutes or so. But for now, we're going to send things back to CBS. Be sure to download the 13 WMAZ app so you can get updates. And we are going to continue streaming on 13WMAZ.com. And as always, if you see anything happening in your community, take a picture and share it with us. You can text your pictures to 478-752-1309. And yeah, there it is right there. You can text your damage photos to us here at 13 WMAZ. Again, text, don't call. And we will be able to share those with us, with everybody here on 13 WMAZ. Also worth noting real quick before we get off, I do want to point this out. Flooding, an issue up towards the north, and we are beginning to see some of that here in central Georgia. Anytime you get over this red color here, you're getting north of 4 inches, and we're getting reports of flooding up in those spots, a flash flood warning in effect up there. A lot of spots over 2 inches. We have been in abnormally dry conditions, so this is a welcome news, a bright spot in the day that we are getting the rainfall, and going to continue to watch that one. And just as I'm saying that, we're getting more flood warnings up there. All right, so we're going to send things back to regularly scheduled programming here on CBS. We'll keep you updated. And of course, if a tornado warning is issued, we'll bring that to you immediately.
Warning popped up, right?
I know.
Special weather statement down in Dooley, Chris Pulaski. They're probably going to get a thunderstorm.
All right, we are back on the stream, and just as I got off the air, we get a new severe thunderstorm warning. So that is nature of the business, right? So Baldwin, Twiggs, Washington, and Wilkinson counties in this severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to run until 11 a.m. now. So for the next 45 minutes or so. This is for winds up to about 60 miles an hour, moving northeast at 55, and no hail with that one. So that's some good news there. But Jeffersonville, Irwinton, Danville, let's draw a track on this as this moves toward the northeast now at 55. Let's see, 55. There we go. There are some arrival times for you. That's going to be Jeffersonville at 10:28. Irwinton at 10:38, Sandersville at 11:02, and into the Harrison area around 11:10. Let's see what else we got going on. Watching, okay.
They said in the chat,
Yeah.
watching an inflow notch
Let's go to Twiggs County real quick.
right by the radar, yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to be right by the radar. We are watching an inflow notch, a fancy way of saying potentially some rotation. Oh, yeah. Right there. Okay. So this is in western Twiggs County on the other side of the river from the base.
Another severe thunderstorm warning's about to pop up.
Where's this severe thunderstorm warning going to be?
Baldwin, Bibb, Houston, Twiggs, Washington.
Oh, that's that new one.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
They were a little late on that.
I don't love the look of this in Twiggs County, though.
Yeah, I don't either.
This is going to be right along 23. This is going to be not very far from the Segota Road exit on Interstate 16. All right, we're going to keep an eye on that one. So Twiggs County. So let me real quick draw for you what we're talking about. It is going to be this feature right here. So an inflow notch is going to be winds kind of like this, but then there's that little notch in. And when that happens, you can get a storm beginning to rotate because of that. We're seeing that on the radar, and we're also seeing that on the velocities, on the winds as well. Want to pass along some information from Baldwin County. Wayne Johnson saying trees are down blocking Deep Step Road off Highway 24, Collins Road and Little Road. Public Works are en route there. Also, about 2,000 people are without power in Baldwin County.
That area you were looking at in Worth County, still looking like it might try to rotate entering South Crisp County now, right by Araby.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Luckily, this rotation, so Alex Pry was pointing out what's going on down in Crisp County. That does look a little broad, but it is there nonetheless. I'm more concerned with what's going on in Twiggs County with that storm. Because scan after scan, it continues to have that inflow notch. It would be that right there, right where that arrow is pointed, right in here. So passing US 23 now, headed towards US 16 north of Bullard, and that's going to be on the west side of Jeffersonville.
A little bit of lightning's picking up there too.
Alex Pry is saying that the lightning also picking up there. Yeah, we've seen a handful of flashes there over the past few minutes. So this now crossing Interstate 16 in the next little bit. That notch would be located right there at 16. And somebody needs to tell this computer that now is not the time to restart. I've told it 4 times. Let's see. So, in Macon right now, the worst of it has really come through Macon. Dry Branch is getting very heavy rain, likely some strong winds at the moment. The worst of it has, I believe, come through Warner Robins as well. It's still some heavy rain to go, but I don't think we're looking at quite as much of a severe weather threat from that in Warner Robins. That's going to be more down to the south toward Perry. And I'm very interested with what's going on down here in Lee County, because if they extend this, this is going to implicate some of us, and that rotation does continue. So I think this would be good just to do anyway. If the folks in the newsroom could give our production folks a heads up that we could need to go back on the air here in the next few minutes, I think that's definitely a possibility. We got 2 potential storms that we could be going on the air for. One in Twiggs County. Interested to see the loop on that. That notch is still there. And what we're seeing in Twiggs County, if this were to do something, this is headed in the direction of Wilkinson County and the Gordon area, between Gordon and Irwinton, really. Looks like they're updating that warning there to take out Bibb and Houston. Let's see if we can draw a new track on this. Continues, cancels.
Yeah, that's just the update.
Yeah. So moving to the northeast at 50, winds up to 60 miles an hour.
And even though they did take Houston out, they're still under the other warning too.
Right. I'm sorry, what did I say? Northeast at 50. There we go. So there's the latest arrival times there on that. That's going to be Gordon at about 10:30. Jeffersonville at 10:34. Irwinton 10:46. Sandersville 11:12. Harrison 11:20. We just gusted to 70 miles an hour at Robins Air Force Base. 68 technically, but we'll give it two additional. So, strong storms coming through Warner Robins. No doubt about it. Good thing there's no school buses on the road in Houston County right now. So with that report from Warner Robins, I expect we're about to see the severe thunderstorm warning extended.
Yeah. Also, kind of worth noting, what we were watching down there in Worth County did knock some trees down, so.
Oh, okay.
Not warned or anything, still pretty powerful.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think they're going to continue this tornado warning into Sumter County.
I don't think so either.
It's not doing what it was doing. Of course, that could change. Don't get me wrong. Like, we're not writing this off, but so coming up 4 minutes until this warning expires. I suspect it will be replaced. Let's check in on Twiggs County. That notch is, and you know what? Honestly, we're so close to the radar site now, it's kind of getting a little unclear. Let's do a quick update on power outages because there are a lot. 638 in Bibb, 662 in Jones, 1169 in Baldwin, 521 in Johnson, 530 in Pulaski, 397 in Twiggs County, 213 in Monroe County, 134 in Lawrence County, and 411 in Macon County. And then several of the EMCs have a ton of outages as well. They just update that.
Yeah.
What did they do to it? Winds of 70 miles an hour. So yeah, they updated that warning for the,
And some hail.
yeah. Moving northeast at 45. Okay, so I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's, with winds of 70 miles an hour, they've now tagged this as a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. So what the National Weather Service has just done is upgraded this severe thunderstorm warning. This is no longer just a normal severe thunderstorm warning. This is now has a considerable tag on it. And this is now moving into Gordon and Irwinton. So this is now moving into Gordon and Irwinton, and this is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. So this is 4 miles an hour shy of hurricane force winds in Twiggs County right now. Not to mention it does have an inflow notch on it, which means it could be spinning something up. And the wording from the National Weather Service here is, move to an interior room, lowest floor. This is, I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of trees down in Twiggs County and in Wilkinson County. And this is going to be between Dry Branch and Jeffersonville moving into Gordon. And this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 11 a.m. Let's see if we can get some roads in here real quick. This is going to be right along the Fall Line Freeway, Georgia 57, Georgia 18, north of Myrick's Mill. This is moving into Gordon as we speak. And this is going to continue.
So just let us know when we're ready.
Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to hop back on the air here on 13 WMAZ. And it looks like we're doing that as we're getting a new severe thunderstorm warning as well. But the reason why we're going on is going to be for this. For Gordon, this is a, all right, we'll be right back. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Alex Forbes. We are coming on the air with actually a severe thunderstorm warning, but it's not your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm warning. The National Weather Service has issued a considerable severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to be for winds up to about 70 miles an hour, and this is moving into Gordon as we speak. So, look, to be quite honest with you, this is 4 miles per hour shy of hurricane status. All right, that's the kind of stuff we're dealing with right now. But not only that, this storm has a very interesting feature to it, and that is this little notch right here that is in Twiggs County. So here is Jeffersonville here. That notch is going to be to the north of that, very close to the Wilkinson County line. And in fact, if we draw this in here, I want to give you some roads because this notch, I think, has the potential to spin up into something. So Georgia 18 is right here. Myrick's Mill is right there. Obviously, very heavy rain just on the other side of it. And, whenever we're tracking any type of rotation, we're looking at the winds here. And I'm not seeing anything that's standing out to me at the moment, but I am seeing, at least within the storm as a whole, the 70-mile-an-hour winds, and that's why this severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. It is also worth noting, we just got confirmation a few minutes ago that at Robins Air Force Base, the weather station there, they also gusted to 68 miles an hour. So that's what's prompting this considerable severe thunderstorm warning. At this time, if you are in Twiggs County and Wilkinson County, specifically Gordon and Irwinton, I would be inside and away from doors and windows for the moment because we are, it's not every day that we see a severe thunderstorm warning of this magnitude. Now, we also got a new severe thunderstorm warning just a moment ago that replaces the one that was in effect for quite a while. And this is a new one for Houston County through the southern part of Twiggs County down through Bleckley, Pulaski, Dooley, and Crisp counties. This is for winds of 60 miles an hour, so just a little weaker than the one to the north of it. But this storm to the north capable of producing 70-mile-an-hour winds. So let me turn off the radar here and turn off the lightning so that you can see specifically where we're looking at what is going on with 70 mile an hour winds. It's going to be inside this yellow box right here. So if you are in Wilkinson County and Irwinton, really in Wilkinson County outside of that yellow line, or inside that yellow line, if you're on the outside, you're okay. But Jeffersonville, north of Danville, Gordon, Irwinton, it's this yellow polygon, and then that is going to clip the southern parts of Baldwin County right there, just south of Lake Oconee, and then once you get over, or Lake Sinclair that is, and then into Washington County, they're on the far western side. So if you are inside this yellow box, I'd say, you know, the recommendation is to treat it like a tornado warning. 70 mile an hour winds or 70 mile an hour winds. That is a low grade tornado, and that's happening over a larger stance here across parts of central Georgia.
They continued the tornado warning for Lee. They took Terrell out.
Okay, so that brings me, yes, to another storm that we're tracking here at the Weather Center. Meteorologist Alex Pry here with me today. We are watching just outside of Crisp County. This storm continues to cause a bit of a ruffle down there. This is a tornado warning down there, and okay, in fact, getting some new information in. Southern Sumter and Lee County, so that is actually the storm we're looking at. They are watching it there at the Weather Service, but did not issue a tornado warning, but did include the tornado possible tag. Okay, so what they're watching is right in here, and that has the potential to spin up into something real quick as well. But that Lee County storm, obviously, we cover Crisp County. That is right next to us. But at the moment, you know, this main line is coming through. It's raining across a large part of central Georgia, but I really want to drill our attention down into Twiggs County, and in fact, this is moving very fast into Wilkinson County here in just a moment, and into the Gordon area, because this is moving right into Gordon as we speak, the threat for 70 mile an hour winds. So here's Gordon here. There's that notch that we continue to watch, and then that is lifting. And in fact, that latest scan there is much more pronounced, and it has 3 lightning strikes on top of it, right in there. So that I don't love the look of that at all. If you are in Gordon, you're seeing very heavy rain.
Tornado warning, Albany.
Okay, so we'll hop down to that one in a second. Meteorologist Alex Pry is, we're kind of tag team and stuff here. You got a lot going on, let's focus on Gordon here for at least just the next minute, because this is happening right now in Gordon. Once it moves through and gets into a little less of a populated area, we'll hop down there. But basically, what this all boils down to is we've got a really strong storm in Wilkinson County, and this is a small grain of sand at the beach. You know, this is something that is happening, and it's strong, and it's the reason why we're on the air right now. But there's a lot more going on at the moment, and I want to put a track on this. Let's see. Let me zoom this out here. And this, in fact, Alex, could you look at that Baldwin County warning, or the Wilkinson County warning, and give me the speed on that real quick?
Yeah.
Let's see. I believe it was 55, but I just want to double check before we draw this out. Let's see. 45.
Yep.
45? Okay. So this is going to be the 70 mile an hour winds. All right. These are the arrival times for the 70 mile an hour winds. Cooper's at 10:37, Irwinton at 10:51. Riley at 10:52, Sandersville at 11:21, and Mitchell there at about 11:26. The reason why I've picked out this part of the line right here is because that is where the threat for 70 mile an hour winds is, and that's why that warning is in effect there. So it looks like we're getting a new scan in. Let's see what they're saying here. Those are just some more storm reports coming in. All right, we also are dealing with 2 other things in central Georgia at the moment. Before we get to that, let's go check out what Alex was showing us just a minute ago down to the south. 2 tornado warnings just outside of where we cover here in central Georgia. So just to throw this out there, if you know anybody in Albany, they are in a tornado warning right now. I see the radar signature over there on Alex's screen. It doesn't look all that impressive, but it is a warning nonetheless. And then just to the north of that, most of Lee County is in a tornado warning as well. And then just to the north of that one, the National Weather Service here in Peachtree City, which is the office responsible for us, says that they're watching an area in southern Sumter County that could impact Dooley and Crisp County if it were to tighten up. So that obviously part of the main line there. We've been talking about all morning that if we were to get any type of tornadic activity out of that main line, that it would be weak, and I think that would still stand right now. The instance where we would get a strong tornado is that if it were in any one of those leading storms, but we're not seeing any areas of circulation there at the moment. But the reason why we are on right now, obviously, I'm not talking about a tornado warning for us at the moment. I'm talking about a severe thunderstorm warning, and we don't come on the air just for any run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm warning. The reason why we are on right now for this one is that this severe thunderstorm warning that is really for the storm that is almost entirely in Wilkinson County now has been issued for winds up to about 70 miles an hour, and that is happening in the Gordon area as we speak. That happened down at Robins Air Force Base earlier. Our weather station actually measured 68 mile an hour winds. That's not a radar estimate. That is a weather station that said 70 mile an hour winds. And then on top of all of this, because it has been raining all night, and now it's raining a lot through the day, when we look at the 24-hour rainfall totals, we have really racked it up. Over 2 inches of rain across most areas west of Interstate 75, a couple 4-inch embeds in there, but then also up to the north, we're seeing numbers like that. So what happens when rain falls up to the north? It's got to come south via the rivers. So expecting the rivers to rise here in the next little bit, and going to be keeping an eye on all of that. So new special weather statement. This is Hancock, Baldwin, Washington, and Wilkinson. That is for winds 40 to 50. And Alex, they are tagging this one for an increased chance of a brief tornado. So let's look at that. That's what we've been looking at. I believe it's this storm. Let's Hancock, Washington, and Wilkinson. And Baldwin is included. That's why I was confused. Okay, so yeah, it's that area right here. So the National Weather Service saying what's going on in Gordon right now, an increased chance of a tornado at the moment. Not strong enough for it to be called a tornado warning. Now that it's getting just a little further away from the radar, we're getting a better read on the velocities here. But it's this severe thunderstorm warning that has that 70 mile an hour tag on it and what's called a considerable tag on it. And that's why we are on the air at the moment. But if you're in Gordon right now, I know you're seeing very heavy rain, likely very strong winds here in Wilkinson County, and that is going to be moving up towards, I really think the next community in line for the strongest part of this is going to be this notch in Baldwin County. Let's see if I can get some roads to pop up here. That's going to be, actually the Fall Line Freeway runs right there. So this is coming like right up the Fall Line Freeway, right there at the intersection of 441, but then also towards Georgia State Route 24, which runs right along the Oconee River. If you are along Georgia State Route 24 from the Baldwin County line up to the Fall Line Freeway, looking at a lot of wind and a lot of rain headed your area in the next little bit, and that wind could potentially be as strong as 70 miles an hour. We flip this over to the velocities here, and you see we're getting, up here, ignore all of that yellow there. When we get yellow embedded within that red, just like that, that's when we know some of that stronger wind is occurring there. And back here in Macon, I tell you what, we have a lot of rain on the roof at the moment. The rain is picked up here, and in fact, what we're seeing in Macon, let me just point this out since we're talking about it at the moment, is this last back edge of the main line. So our severe weather threat in Macon, in downtown Macon, is coming to a close as this rain comes through. Your severe weather threat has ended in Monroe County, in Crawford County, in Taylor County. It's coming to an end momentarily in Macon County, but it does continue in places like Pulaski, Wilcox, Dodge, Telfair, over towards Lawrence County, and then especially here in Baldwin, and northern Wilkinson and southern Baldwin counties, moving towards the Hancock County area and over towards Washington County as this severe thunderstorm warning continues here. If you're just joining us, obviously a lot of rain coming through central Georgia at the moment, but the reason why we're on right now is because of this yellow polygon. That's a severe thunderstorm warning that has what's called a considerable tag on it, and that means the damage could be considerable, and that runs here for the next 15 minutes, although, Alex, I think the leading edge of that line is going a little faster than that expiration time, so we'll see if another alert comes out there. I tell you what, let's bring in meteorologist Alex Pry. You've been watching what's going on down to the south It's not too often that we're looking down into Leesburg and places like that for severe weather, but it's entirely possible that what's down there could impact places like Crisp and Wilcox counties here in the next little bit.
Yes, absolutely. And want to make note, I did see about 15 minutes ago, there was a recorded wind gust of up to 94 miles an hour above just north of Leesburg. So that will be approaching kind of close to where you see Crisp County right there fairly soon. And that is going to be the main line of storms that we are seeing, and embedded in that are the 2 tornado warnings. If they are confirmed, is not available right now yet, but want to note that the winds are still very major even despite a tornado forming right now that is moving into the southwest portion of our viewing area. And as you can see, lightning is starting to ramp on up down there close to Leesburg and Albany, but that major wind gust that was reported was north of Leesburg, so that will be entering into the western portion of Crisp County around the Lake Blackshear area, maybe even getting up to around Dooley County. So as you can see, these are the 2 tornado warnings right now. Not seeing any confirmed tornado whatsoever or any warnings associated with that, but still the winds are very, very strong associated with these 2 right down here. So we are wanting to keep an eye on that as it creeps closer and closer into central Georgia. Back to you, Alex.
Yeah, so while you were talking there, it was interesting. We just got a message from the National Weather Service. I want to circle back to this one real quick. Obviously, we've got this severe thunderstorm warning that's to the north here with that 70-mile-an-hour wind that we're talking about. But I want to draw your attention down to Warner Robins, because you see this green line right through here. That is another surge of wind that is happening in northern Houston County right now. That could be as strong as 60 miles an hour, and that is going to be crossing really Robins Air Force Base at the moment. So we'll have to check the sensor there and see how strong it got there. But if you are in Bon Air and in Perry, this is coming your way here in the next few minutes. And that's basically going to be your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm wind gusts coming through. So if you have any loose objects outside, maybe don't go get them, just let them go, because this is not the type of weather that you don't, not the type of weather you want to be out in. But it does line up with what we're seeing on the radar in terms of that heaviest line, kind of like that, and that is where that surge of wind is happening. All right, let me bring you back up to Wilkinson County, because we continue to watch this little notch, which doesn't look as impressive as it did, but it's still there. It's well past the Gordon area now. We were talking about the part of Baldwin County between the Fall Line Freeway and the county line, I believe on 24 there. This still headed in your general direction, and this still has the tag on it for, quote, increased chance of a brief tornado. So let's check out the velocity on that. This also still the warning where the winds continue. Nothing really jumping out at me. This is the relative velocity. We check out the base velocity, which does not consider the storm motion, and it just looks really sloppy. So not concerned about an immediate tornado threat, but if we were to get something, this would be a spot where that could potentially happen. So we hop back over here. And really, to be completely honest with you, that 70-mile-an-hour wind threat, I believe, has come to an end in this polygon, because that leading bow has really just kind of lost all of its energy there and is no longer a concern. So we are going to continue to monitor this here in the Weather Center. We're going to, I think, get off the air here in just a moment. Yes. Okay, we'll tackle that in just a minute. Before we hop off, I want to send back over to Alex real quick to see if we could walk through just the next couple of hours as this line will move through central Georgia. Everything's really gone according to plan, Alex, and I think we have a high degree of confidence as we work our way through the next little bit.
Yes, absolutely. So what you are seeing on this future view model that I'm about to show you, note that the line of storms already on the radar is a little ahead of what you see on the screen right here. So this is the 11 a.m. hour as we inch closer and closer to that in about 13 or 12 minutes right now. So as you can see, it has the main line kind of in the middle of central Georgia, but that is going to be a little bit further to the east. So as we take it around to about the noon hour, expand this over a little further east, just like I was talking about, maybe over to areas closer to Dublin, Eastman, Wrightsville, and then also if we take it over into 1 p.m. It has it on the far east of our viewing area. I imagine around 1 p.m. I should say, that will be moving on out. And that is the main line of rain associated with all of these cells and the embedded tornadoes that we could be looking at a risk for. So the good news is after the 1 p.m. hour, we will be clearing on out. There will just be residual rain. The severe threat is over once this main line of rain does get through. But want to note the timeline right now for our severe weather effects, and that is going to be about 7 a.m. all the way way to the midday hour and as well as the damaging winds. So once that main line really crosses you, the severe weather effects are going to go away and you will be in the clear. But for now, we still have a lot to get through and that neck of the woods. So I'll toss it back to you, Alex.
Yeah, thank you. We are also still in a tornado watch until 2 o'clock, but as that main line comes through, I expect we will see counties trimmed back. And I know we just had a lot of wind go through Houston, Twiggs, and Wilkinson counties. If you see any damage, please take a picture. Once it is safe to do so, please don't go outside while it is dumping buckets of rain and windy. Just wait until there's a lull in it and then take a picture, and you can text that to us. The number is 478-752-1309. Again, 478-752-1309, and we will be able to share those pictures with you here from 13 WMAZ. So that's what we're looking at here for the next little bit. We are going to continue on the 13 WMAZ stream, on the 13 WMAZ Plus app there on Roku, on 13WMAZ.com, on YouTube and Facebook and all of the sources, so you can check back for updates there, and the app. There you go. You can download the app and you can watch the stream there. You can see the latest weather information. You can scan that QR code there on your screen and get the latest information as we track the storms here for the next couple of hours. For the moment now, we're going to send you back to regularly scheduled programming. If we don't see you before midday, we will be back at least at 12 o'clock. All right, we continue now on the 13 WMAZ stream, tracking severe weather. And the reason why we got off the stream or got off TV and now back onto the stream is that we went on for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and I think that was a good idea because I think we saw that in several communities, but that has since subsided. The 70-mile-an-hour winds have gusted out, but we still have a severe thunderstorm warning from Wilkinson County down through Twiggs, Houston, Dooley, and Crisp counties. We do also still have, again, just to the south of us, a tornado warning in Lee County, but then also down into Worth County that continues to cause some issues down there, which is just on the southern fringe of our area. So we're going to continue to watch that one. Let's talk about who's in the warning and who's outside of the warning. These are the warnings without the lightning, without the radar, so that you can clearly see who's in and who's out. And we're talking about from Milledgeville through Wilkinson, Twiggs, all of Houston, all of Bleckley, all of Pulaski, Dooley, Crisp, and Wilcox counties. And that's going to continue for, actually, I can show you how long that continues. This southerly one going to continue until 11:15, and that northerly one going to continue for the next 9 minutes there at 11. So, in fact, this is actually really interesting now. Alex, look at this. Severe thunderstorm warnings from Milledgeville to the Gulf of Mexico, with a couple tornado warnings embedded in between. So that is not every day you see that one. Let's see if we can pop the full radar back on here. In fact, you can barely see it with the radar turned on because of all the yellows. Let's see if we can turn that down just a little bit. There we go. So yeah, severe thunderstorm warnings literally from Milledgeville to the Gulf of Mexico, with this line as it comes through central Georgia, with a couple tornado warnings embedded in between. So all of this continuing, let's put that on the loop there, for at least the next 8 minutes for Wilkinson and Twiggs counties, also parts of Washington County. I expect we will see it extended though. And it looks like we're gonna get another tornado watch just to the east of us, but obviously we're in a tornado watch, so that's not going to impact us. But this obviously we're going to be in the clear by about 1 o'clock. But this line of storm is going to continue into the Carolinas pretty much all day. Getting a report in from Houston County now from Chief Chris Stoner. Getting a fair amount of trees down. Calls scattered across the whole county, so likely straight line winds. Yeah, we didn't really see a tornado signature in Houston County, but we did see winds up to about 70 miles an hour.
I imagine the Lee County warning is going to go away
Yeah, so Alex Pry saying he expects that Lee County warning to drop. I believe it's set to expire at 11.
Yes.
So yeah, that warning I expect we should expect to see go. Let's see what we got down here. So let's go check out the winds and all these. Make sure we're not seeing anything squirrely. Nothing really jumping out at me at the moment. So as we track this here in central Georgia, that's going to continue for probably the next 2 hours, I want to say, Alex.
Yes.
This thing is booking it. And they just updated that severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 11:15 to take Peach out and to take Sumter out. So if you're in Peach County, the heavy rain continuing, but your severe weather threat coming to an end. Honestly, the same for Macon County and Sumter County. They also just updated that tornado warning down to the south and continued that. Probably the worst weather you've seen so far in Cochrane today is happening right now, but it's going to get worse before it gets better. Hail less than 60 miles an hour. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Twiggs County says a couple trees down. And again, through all of this, Robbins Air Force Base about 30, 45 minutes ago gusted to 68 miles an hour. So that's why we're checking in with those places. And also interesting to note, we're seeing flooding in a couple of spots. In Houston County, minor street flooding in low areas. But that is because the rain is coming down so fast that the drainage system cannot handle it. So if you've got high water, just give it a few minutes. It'll subside. It's just the drainage system needs a minute to catch up. Let's see how much rain we've gotten in the past 24 hours now. You can see that 2-inch mark. In fact, 4 inches in a handful of spots. Has made its way well into Houston County. So close to 5 inches there.
Strong rotation. Yeah, in northern Worth County, headed towards Turner and Ashburn.
Is that in Tallahassee?
No, Georgia. But it's, yeah, their office.
Yeah. Let's see here. Strong rotation northern Worth County headed towards Turner and Ashburn.
The first is a thunderstorm warning for Chris and Wilcox.
Okay. So first, let's tackle our severe thunderstorm. We just got 2 new pieces of new information in. And in fact, I'd be willing to bet they issued this one with tornado possible. Hold on. Let's see if I can grab it. Nope, not that one. Hold on. Yes, Crispin Wilcox until 11:45. And this is going to be for winds up to 60 miles an hour, tornado possible. And that is because of what we see. I'm trying to find their strong tornado signature in northern Turner County, and I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. Anyway, that warning continues, and if they're talking about it, they're probably going to pull this into Ashburn, and probably right up to the Wilcox County line, if I had to guess. This is interesting, though. This severe thunderstorm warning for Crispin Wilcox. Oh, 11:45. I thought that was 11:15 for a second. I was about to say that is a short warning. Moving northeast at 70. So these things are booking it. All right, let's time this northeast at 70. Can I? I can't even time it out that far with that current camera view. I got to zoom it out a little bit. Northeast at 70. Let's allow some room for error there. So Cordele 1102, Ashburn 1108, Pineview 1120, Rochelle 1120, Abbeville 1129, Eastman 1139, McRae 1155.
I'm interested in this by Anna too.
It's just checking out all the winds here to make sure we're not missing anything. So 10:59, 51 seconds. We are about to lose this warning right here. That is the warning that initially had that 70-mile-an-hour wind tag on it, and I don't think that's happening anymore. And in fact, there goes the warning there. So here's what we're left with now in central Georgia. This severe thunderstorm warning continues now for 15 minutes. This is going to be Dooley, Crisp, Houston, Pulaski. I have a strong feeling that this warning will be extended when it's up in the next little bit. And then down to the south, we've got now Crisp and Wilcox until 11:15. And it's not grabbing that one, but it's right there. Hold on, I can draw it in. And they just reissued that warning. There we go. So this was going to carry us until 11:45 as well. I don't know why it's gravitating towards that south one. All right, so this new severe thunderstorm warning is going to go for Baldwin, Twiggs, Washington, Wilkinson, Glasscock, Hancock, Johnson, and Lawrence County until 11:45. That's going to be the far northern extent there of Lawrence County and the far western extent of Washington County. So it's this right in here that is this new warning until 11:45. Just like that. I know it can be hard to see with the radar on there. There you go. At Robins Air Force Base, that second line that we saw about 10, 15 minutes ago, Alex confirmed a gust of 51.
51.
Yeah. That's from one of the Air Force officers there. John Fox in Taylor County, who says that there's still many trees down with road hazards there in Taylor County. Power outages up to 1,500. Obviously, Taylor County, there's not a ton of people who live there, so that's a good chunk of the county. And that he's also noting that the temperatures are dropping rather quickly, and that is to be expected. The severe weather threat has come to an end in Taylor County. Let's check out those temperatures because, you know, it is a front after all. So it's 65 in Macon, whereas it's 61 in Thomaston, and it's 70 in Vidalia. So as soon as that leading line or that back line comes through, yeah, your temperature is going to begin to drop relatively quick.
Yeah, rotation weakening now.
What is this? This is going to be a new SPS FFC, Hancock County. And some unfortunate news today with our storms in Georgia is that we can confirm from the Red Cross EMA, also from GEMA, that there has been a fatality in Clayton County. That's going to be after a tree fell on a vehicle at about 10:50 this morning. Or they confirmed it at 10:50, so likely before that. And Clayton County was actually, they were under a tornado warning earlier this morning. That was about 8:15, I want to say, close to the airport. I'm not sure if we got any confirmation. Well, I mean, clearly a tree has fallen, but confirmation of a tornado there. All right, let's take you down to the Georgia National Fairgrounds in Perry, where the heavy rain continues. This is actually the back edge of the main line coming through in Houston County. That is,
Supposed to be grass.
yeah, Alex has a good phrase. That is supposed to be grass. Well, obviously that's a lake in front, but what's beyond there is a lot of water.
Wind's still going pretty strong, even behind the main line.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. Through the day today, even as your severe weather risk comes to a close, your wind is going to continue. We do have a wind advisory in effect until 1 a.m. And that is for all of central Georgia for winds continuing sustained at 20 to 30, gusts up to 45. So what that means is even after the storms come through, we are going to be looking at the possibility with a saturated ground and the winds continuing of trees still falling in central Georgia. So that's going to be something interesting to watch through the night tonight.
Took away that other tornado warning too.
Right. Okay, so let's take you back down to the south. We've been following some tornado warnings down here. Those have been let go. No longer looking at that. They just replaced it with a massive severe thunderstorm warning that goes almost down to Valdosta. Let's give some all clears real quick. Macon being one of them. Let's draw a line. Actually, let's go down to Dooley County. Specifically near Pinehurst. And there's some weak rotation there. That would be kind of like that. National Weather Service is highlighting that.
They confirmed 93-mile-an-hour gusts north of Leesburg.
Wow. So Alex Pry saying a 92.8 mile per hour wind gust, not estimated, but registered north of Leesburg in Lee County. That is confirmed. That is, wow. All right, so I want to watch this here in Dooley County for the next little bit because don't love the look of it again. Let's see.
The amount of lightning picking up just north of 48.
Yeah. The problem with Dooley, or not with Dooley County, but like looking out here is that we're so far away from radar sites that it can be hard to.
Still going to Perry, so.
Okay, for the newsroom, Justin, if you are listening, we have a report from Washington County of somebody trapped in a camper, a tree down. I'm going to email this out to the newsroom too. Okay, I just sent that. So, a report of somebody trapped, or hold on, let me rephrase that. A rescue is en route to call of a tree on an occupied camper, is the report there from Washington County. I'm still watching this here in Dooley County. I want to make sure that. Do have the little kink in the line, right? So, you know, whenever we're talking about tracking something like this, you gotta go this way, like that, like that. Let's see. See, down in Dooley County, what we were watching was this. See, it looks stronger just north of Vienna. And then it's just kind of like gusted itself out. Or become elongate, become more broad. It was already broad, but it became more broad. See, kind of like that. Like it looked its best right about there. In a sense. Kind of lost its shape. While we're on velocity, let's just check everything else out.
Winds to the south of Ben Hill. That's Turner North and most of the time line.
That is them updating the tornado watch. So, they are canceling the tornado watch for Taylor and Macon County at least from what I can read. Hold on, it's loading. Event canceled. Tornado watch for Bibb, Crawford, Jones, Macon, Peach, and Taylor. So they have canceled the tornado watch for basically that top tier of counties. So I suspect we'll see that update on our map here in a second. Some good news out of Sandersville. The camper is on the east side, but everybody got out okay. So that's some good news. There. When the emergency crews got there, they were okay. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
And the Wilcox, pretty heavy rain.
All right, so what you're seeing right now is obviously a lot of rain coming through and the severe thunderstorm warning continuing. I want to draw your attention down here to Crisp County. And it's going to continue with this lightning that we've noticed picked up here in the past little bit. The winds look okay on it, so that's some good news. But likely looking at, if you're in Hawkinsville, Pulaski County, likely looking at a strong gust of wind coming into your area relatively quick. All right, so let's, I started to do all clears and then got sidetracked. This tornado watch obviously has been updated. So, you know, we can take out Putnam, Jones, Bibb, Peach, Macon, right? These counties have been clear. So there's your all clear right there. And in fact, I can do this on the radar as well and probably get a little more specific. Your all clear is going to be from Sparta through Milledgeville, Warner Robinson, Perry, Cordele, like that. Let's see if I can write it. Writing on this computer is harder than it looks, and it probably looks hard. There you go. All clear. Where it's not all clear is where the severe thunderstorm warnings continue. And Alex, I'm just now noticing, I guess at 11:15 we lost this warning. They've dropped the warning in between there. So it's Crisp and Wilcox and then up to the north here, and this warning goes until 11:45. Let's see. Been a while since. Hearing some thunder back here at the station. So yes, even though we just gave some all clears for Macon, the severe weather threat is coming to an end, but the storm's going to continue at times. And there's that new severe thunderstorm warning. So they just filled it back in. I was kind of surprised they let it go in the first place. So this is going to be Bleckley, Dodge, Lawrence, Pulaski, running until noon now. It hasn't popped up here in my little chat yet.
Very east part of Houston County too.
Yeah, East Houston, so Bon Air area. Let's see. I can tell where I do have it. It's on my phone. Okay, we're going to take a quick break real quick. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
All right, everyone. This is meteorologist Alex Pry now, going to be on at midday, giving you an update live on 13 WMAZ about our severe weather. But we're going to continue here on the stream until then, as we do have our severe thunderstorm warnings still going across central Georgia. So right now, we're going to take it from top to bottom. We'll start with this severe thunderstorm warning that is still encompassing a little bit of Twiggs County, Wilkinson County, the northern edge of Lawrence County, the western edge of Johnson County, up to Baldwin County, Hancock, and Washington counties right there. So that is until 11:45. Got another 23 or so minutes associated with this one right now. I'll take you to the winds real quick, as we aren't really seeing any kind of kinks in that definitive line between the different colors right there. So still looking at thunderstorm force winds, straight line winds, that is, no rotation whatsoever that I'm seeing right now. Heavy rain and frequent lightning across this area right now. We'll take it a step down right here to our newest issued severe thunderstorm warning. So this is for the very eastern portion of Houston County, really moving out of Houston right now over into Twiggs and Pulaski counties. Also, we have Bleckley County in this warning, more the northern half of Dodge, and then also the western portion of Lawrence County right there. So this was our newest warning that got issued. This is until 12 p.m. today, so still got another almost about 40 minutes left on this warning right now. And then furthest to the south in our central Georgia viewing area, that is, we have Crisp and Wilcox. We were monitoring to see if there was any rotation amongst the winds. There looked to be a brief moment of weak rotation, but that does look to be all clear right now. I'll take you to the velocity to show you what we were doing right there. Still maybe indicating a little bit of weak rotation there in northern Wilcox County. oh, I just realized that my graphics weren't on there, but still nonetheless, right there, that is what I was just showing you, the winds right there, not picking up on too much rotation whatsoever. Straight line winds are the main concern with this, but still heavy rainfall associated with this main line of rain all across central Georgia. Alex Forbes was just on. Areas further to the north and west are in that all clear area. So the areas that you are seeing that are behind this main kind of line of red, I'll go ahead and put the arrow out right here for you to see. Really right here, so kind of just following this arrow along the line of red right here. That is the most intense area of rain that we are seeing, intense winds. If you are anywhere behind that line of red I just kind of drew down, you are in the all clear in terms of severe weather. Still going to see a couple rumbles or hear a couple rumbles of thunder, maybe a flash of lightning and some steady rain throughout the midday hours as we creep closer and closer to noon. Right now, areas further to the northwest seeing some flash flood warnings right there in the green. Those areas did get a lot of accumulation of rain, and that is what we have been seeing virtually all morning across the state of Georgia here. But want to note, further to the south, there's still a lot of thunderstorm warnings. And if I really take this big picture view right now, I'll take the lightning and the radar off. You can see severe thunderstorm warnings stretching from not continuously, but still all the way around Greenville, take it a little bit down. Then we have one just northwest of Augusta, but then continuously through the northeast portion of central Georgia, all the way down to around the Big Bend area of Florida. So widespread severe weather across the southeast today associated with this system that has been moving on through the morning hours and will continue to do so in the early afternoon hours as well. I'm going to go ahead and take you to the tornado watch graphic. This is a good indication of our all clear areas as well. So as you can see, areas in the pink are still within that tornado watch. Areas further up to the northwest that includes Putnam, Jasper, Jones, Bibb, Monroe, Upson, Crawford, Peach, Taylor, and Macon counties. All of you are in the all clear area right now and also all clear of tornadoes for the rest of the day. So we're not seeing anything indicative of any rotation right now on the velocity right here, as you are seeing. Maybe a little bit of weak rotation I'm going to keep a close eye on down here on the Wilcox and Pulaski County line. That is the area we are kind of seeing the strongest thunderstorm. Really still not as intense as it was a little bit ago, as you can see on this radar run right here. Over in Chris County, just east of Cordele, crossing I-75, there was a lot of lightning, heavy rain associated with this. Still heavy rain and lightning associated with it, but showing a couple promising signs of weakening associated with this. So we'll take it back full picture view. I'm going to take a look at the chat real quick. Haven't seen anything really going on. They have been doing a very good job of monitoring areas of rotation so far. Earlier today, we were monitoring about an hour or so ago, Twiggs County. There was an area of weak rotation that we thought might pop up a brief tornado warning, but that was not the case, fortunately. But still seeing widespread weather all across central Georgia. Even if we are not in a tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warnings are all across our viewing area right now and still producing the damaging winds, heavy rain, and frequent lightning that will not be what you are not going to want to be outside for. So really this all clear line, or the heaviest rain, the back edge of this main line of rain is moving all the way from about Sparta up in Hancock County, take it down just east of Milledgeville around the Lake Sinclair area and west of Sandersville. Sandersville still yet to see that main line of rain. I'm going to be doing the back edge of this, and then I'll talk about the leading edge where areas next affected are going to be. Just south of Milledgeville, you take it into Wilkinson County, all around Irwinton, still seeing a lot of heavy rain, into Twiggs County as well, around Jeffersonville and our radar right there, and taking it down a little bit further, really going right along that Twiggs, Houston County line right there. So it does look to be moving out of Houston County. I think I can confidently say that Houston County does look to be in the all clear right now. But then you take it a little bit further down, all of Bleckley County, Pulaski County still seeing a lot of heavy rain and lightning as well. And let me move this down just a little bit further for you and zoom in just a little bit. Also Wilcox County, what I'm really wanting to keep an eye on right now in terms of rotation anywhere right now that could prompt a tornado warning. So as you can see, some of these areas where we start to see the gradient of color change right here, so the green and the blue, when you start to see kind of kinks in it is what we've been calling it all morning, just kind of little embedments in kind of the straight line of winds that we are seeing. That is what we are looking at for possible rotation indication. But looking pretty good right now, maybe a little bit of weak rotation right there, but I will keep you updated as we continue to check that out as these thunderstorms do move through central Georgia. So I wanted to give you a live look at what's been going on, and this is from an all clear area so far. This is the Perry Fairgrounds, believe it or not. This is not the Houston County Swamp. This is a lot of rain that has fallen all over the fairgrounds earlier this morning. As you can see, this lake right here at the fairgrounds, but all of the water out in the grass, that is definitely not supposed to be there. So seeing a lot of rain thus far today, and I'm going to go ahead and give you an idea of how much rain has fallen in the past 24 hours right here. We'll pull this graphic up right here, and as you can see, upwards to 3, almost 4 inches in some of the darker red areas across the northwestern half of our viewing area. Obviously, areas to the southeast still not seeing that main line of rain just yet, but still a lot of rain has accumulated all over central Georgia today. And even if I take it to what looks to be the darkest area right there, 5.8 inches in eastern Macon County right there. So upwards to almost 6 inches of rain in some areas, and that is just going to continue as this main line of rain does make its way through central Georgia. So as you can see, indicated by those red and kind of orangey colors and the yellow, that is going to be your heavier rainfall. The good news is lightning looks to be very spread out. When you see a lot of lightning bunched up in one area, that is an indication of strengthening within a storm, but it is good to see that that is all very spread out as of right now. Taking a look at the chat right now. Looks like a severe thunderstorm warning. That was 10 minutes ago, never mind. That was the middle one we were looking at right here. So for Bleckley, Dodge, Lawrence, Pulaski, obviously some areas are going to get trimmed off of this as this continues to trek through central Georgia, like Houston County. Houston County looks to just be seeing residual rainfall right now, while areas in the darker red are seeing heavier rainfall as this continues to move through the middle portion of our viewing area right now. So still not out of the woods yet. We still do have severe weather. While they may not be tornado warnings, they are still severe thunderstorm warnings, and strong thunderstorms are still the case all across central Georgia. We have seen winds up to about 70 miles an hour. I think 68 was what they recorded at Robins Air Force Base for a gust. So yes, definitely seeing some very intense winds, and even worth noting, some of these systems that we were monitoring further down to the southwest, so Leesburg in Lee County, just north of there, actually recorded a almost 93 mile an hour wind gust just to our southwest. So that is what we are kind of dealing with. Obviously not that intense now, but still at one point, just to show you how intense the winds have been. So further down to the south, they are typically seeing some stronger thunderstorms than we are here in central Georgia. There have been a lot of tornado warnings down on the Florida Panhandle as that creeps further down into the Big Bend area. South Georgia also seeing lots of widespread thunderstorms as well. So let's go for the timing of this right now for these warnings, and then I'll tell you about some areas that are about to be the last impacted by these severe thunderstorms. So 11:45 on this top warning right here, so got about another 12 minutes. This middle warning, the most recent one issued, is until 12 p.m. at the midday hour. That is continuing to move through the middle part of central Georgia. And then this far south warning down here in Crisp and Wilcox counties, that is also expiring at 11:45. So I do believe a lot of these are going to continue further eastward as this makes its way to the southeast, eastern portion of central Georgia. But as you can see, really when I take off the lightning and the radar, a connected line of severe thunderstorm warnings all the way from Sandersville down to the Big Bend area of Florida. So showing you the wide impact of this system. Briefly check the chat real quick. Not seeing anything necessarily new in terms of our severe thunderstorm warnings or indicating some rotation. Let's take a look right here at our winds. So definitely seeing some pretty strong winds as they move to the eastern portion of Pulaski County, just southeast of Hawkinsville, east of Pineview, and a lot of straight line winds moving to the eastern portion of Wilcox County into the Dodge County area as well. So areas still yet to be impacted by the heaviest of rain in this main line of storms, going to be Sandersville starting to see some pretty heavy rain. As you can see, the red moving closer and closer into the middle part of Washington County. So eastern portions of Washington County still yet to receive that main line of thunderstorms. Johnson County not really has seen too much of the heavy rain yet. So Wrightsville, that area is still yet to be affected. Pretty widespread across Wilkinson County right now, and the Irwinton area, Gordon as well, kind of creeping away from Gordon, moving into the central eastern portion of Wilkinson County. And then the main line of rain, most intense rain looks to be actually in eastern Twiggs County near Danville, kind of the Four Corners area of Bleckley, Twiggs, Wilkinson, and Lawrence County. So Lawrence County really has not seen any of this as of yet either. So when this inches closer and closer to downtown Dublin, we'll be able to get a good real-time view of what's going on and how intense this rainfall is and the winds as well. So really the main line of rain still stretching down into Bleckley County, going to reach the eastern portions of Bleckley County as well. So Dodge County about to see that heavy rain enter to the west of that area, but still Lawrence County, Treutlen County, Montgomery counties, Wheeler County, and Telfair County still have yet to receive the main line of rain. So not out of the woods just yet. Areas further to the north and west are out of the severe weather risk, but still going to see severe thunderstorm warnings more than likely continued into these areas that haven't seen the severe weather effects just yet. All right. Still seeing pretty strong winds associated with the leading edge of this main line of storms that we've been monitoring as it moves into that very eastern portion of Pulaski County into the western portion of Dodge County down there, but everyone else still seeing some very strong winds associated with the main line of storms as well. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the Dublin Skycam, see if we can kind of get a view of what's going on right now as this main line of storms does approach. And as you can see, really rainy already, and the Skycam camera is shaking, so wind gusts are still pretty prominent in Lawrence County, already ahead of this leading edge of the most intense winds that you will see. And once again, we have reached gusts up to 70 miles an hour here in central Georgia, up to 92, 93 miles an hour just outside of our viewing area, so that is still what is to come. Pull the radar back up now for you. And once again, I will pop this tornado watch graphic up real quick just to show you the areas that are out of the tornado watch now. And that is encompassing kind of a line from Putnam County all the way down to Macon County and everywhere further to the northwest of that. So, and also this all clear line is a little bit more updated now. As a lot of the storms are continuing to trek eastward. Areas like Houston County should be out in the all clear. And it looks like we have gotten another severe thunderstorm warning further down in the south, just like we were anticipating. And that is going to be, let me take this tornado watch box off. And as you can see, that's kind of the glowing yellow box right here. So for that eastern portion of Wilcox, southern Dodge County, and now the western portion of Telfair County. So this is the box I'm talking about right here, as you can kind of see me circling. So areas like Abbeville, Milan, get this back here so I can zoom in, Chauncey, just to the northwest of Jacksonville. So very southern portion of our central Georgia viewing area, and still seeing thunderstorm conditions to the west of this main line that is moving into eastern Wilcox, into southern Dodge, and western Telfair as well. But this is the newest severe thunderstorm warning that we have gotten issued, and let's see if I can get the box to pop up right there. This severe thunderstorm warning until 12:15, so another 35 minutes or so associated with this. See what that buzz is. Okay, so we have canceled Crisp. Wilcox still in a severe thunderstorm warning as of now, but showing that Crisp County is mainly in the all clear. Still going to see stormy conditions, heavy rain, but the most intense part of it and the severe aspect of it is over in Crisp County, which is very good news. I know they did record some mighty strong wind gusts, and they have been receiving kind of several rounds of rain and storms associated, because before this leading edge, we did see a lot of pop-up cells, and some of those did pop up into Crisp County that we were fairly concerned about for a little bit in terms of rotation. So still not seeing really any indications of rotation on this relative velocity palette that I'm showing you right now, which is good news. Obviously still strong winds. They're just going to be more in the form of straight line winds as opposed to rotation, which you do see in tornadoes as well. So this severe thunderstorm warning, another 5 minutes in Wilcox County. We will see what they do here in the next 5 minutes with that. And then after that, I will be signing off at 11:45 just so I can get all my graphics together for midday. So be sure to tune in to 13 WMAZ for that. But this system moving relatively fast across all of central Georgia. I mean, this started around the 9 a.m. hour over in our western counties, and now is in the majority eastern portion of central Georgia here just about 3 hours later. So this will be continuing to move eastward into central Georgia, and hopefully around the 1 p.m., 2 p.m. mark, most of this heavy rain has moved on out of central Georgia, and we all will be in the all clear for the rest of the day. And if you're wondering what the rest of the day looks like, just to kind of give you a little bit of good news with all of this severe weather we have been monitoring, take this future view graphic right here. Everything in this line is a little further eastward of what it shows on here, but sunny skies look to be kind of the case as we get into the afternoon hours around 3 p.m. So there's some light at the end of the tunnel, if you will, associated with this severe weather.
Flash flood warning flood warning for the basically the whole area. Baldwin, Bibb, Fleckley, Crawford, Dooley, Houston, Jones, Monroe, Peach, Pulaski, Putnam, Briggs, Wilkinson until 2:45.
Okay.
General flood warning.
Okay. So Alex Forbes has just informed me we do have a general flood warning for most of our northern counties. That is, well, that won't pop up on here. It won't pop up on here, but just know we have seen a lot of rainfall accumulation, and I'll take you back to that. So obviously, flooding was a risk that we have been monitoring throughout the day so far, and it looks like that a lot of our areas that have seen a lot of rainfall are at risk of flooding. Obviously, low-lying areas near any bodies of water are going to be at more risk of flooding than others, but just showing you some of the rainfall totals already, up to about 4 inches in kind of that yellow-orangey color. But if I do this in the darkest portion, so we'll go over here to eastern Macon County, 5.1 inches. I know one did read about 5.8 inches, so almost 6 inches of rain in some spots. Obviously very spotty all across central Georgia, but you have seen those green flood boxes on the radar further up to the north, and you can see lots and lots of red over there just northwest of our viewing area, trying to clip into western Upson County right there. But that has been the case for areas that have seen that main line of rain follow through. And the reason we are seeing these flood warnings is because even after this main line, this is the most intense area of precipitation, no doubt, but this main line, once it moves on through, you still see residual rain following behind, and that is going to be the reason for these flood warnings, just a little bit of icing on the cake, if you will, just adding to all the rain totals that we have had associated with this main line of storms that is moving through central Georgia. Let's see. trying to check my phone for updates occasionally. We had the Tallahassee National Weather Service office chat pulled up for a while, just trying to get an idea about any rotation with any areas further to the southwest of us out of our viewing area. But now we do have this new severe thunderstorm warning. It looks like they just kind of shifted it over a little bit to the east, moving a little bit slower now is what it appears to be. Let me see if I can actually go ahead and time that out for you. This will probably be one of the last things I get to do, as I will be signing off here in a few minutes to get ready for the midday show. So this new warning for Baldwin, Johnson, Lawrence, Twiggs, Washington, and Wilkinson counties right now. So this is indicating hail greater than 3/4 of an inch in diameter and 60 mile an hour wind gusts right there. This is moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. Definitely a step down from what we have been seeing a lot earlier today. So northeast at 35. Go ahead and draw that out for you right there. So this back edge of the most intense rainfall. So we're looking at 1150 McIntyre, 1153 Irwinton, 1202 Linton, 1211 Deep Step, 1220 Oconee, 1228 Worthen, 1233 in Sandersville, and then 1244 in Sun Hills. So the further east it gets, as I said, around the 1 p.m., 2 p.m. hour, that will be beginning to move out of the central Georgia area. The most intense rainfall, the strongest winds will be moving out of central Georgia. You will still see residual rain following behind, but after this most intense line of storms, you will be in the all clear for severe weather. So they just took that other warning off, as it is 11:45 now. And obviously, I'll take it a little bit further down south before I sign off. I'll drag a kind of line of the back edge right here. Obviously, these are two different severe thunderstorm warnings, so I'm going to kind of do a general easterly, northeastern direction, and we'll go around 35 miles an hour again. So as you can see, areas in the next hour or so, 1149 Danville, 12 Abbeville, 1208 Eastman, 1212 Dexter, 1217 in Cadwell, 1226 in Dublin. So we'll be getting a good indication during the midday show of our Dublin Skycam of the most intense portion of this severe thunderstorm system still approaching. 1232 in East Dublin, and then 1245 in Harrison. So this is just a general direction right here. This obviously isn't exact, but trying to give you a close frame of time about when this system will be continuing to move through the eastern portion, kind of the southeastern portion of central Georgia as well. So we'll take a big picture look once again, and a lot of these severe thunderstorm warnings really connecting now. A line of severe thunderstorms all the way from Greenville, a little bit of a gap between central Georgia, and then getting to the Augusta area, stretching all the way down to the Big Bend area of Florida. So widespread severe weather this afternoon. I will be signing off right now, as I will be getting the midday show ready, but obviously after that, if we still have any severe thunderstorm warnings, I will come back up on the stream, and I will be keeping you updated until all of central Georgia is in the all clear.